Show.
A pleasant good morning and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. First and foremost, I want to thank God for a beautiful, beautiful day and thank God for a long, blessed holiday. My name is Dylan Jones. Once again, welcome and good morning. It's a pleasure to say good morning to you all and introduce to you Emmanuel Martinez.
Good morning, Dee. And good morning to all the beautiful people watching us all over this country and listening to us through the radio.
Definitely. Like I say, it's a pleasure without no measure to always be here in your company, wherever you are, in your cars, your homes, your offices, even on your phones, on the iPads, watching us. Good morning to our viewers out there in outer world, I would say, the U.S. and Africa, China, wherever you are, seeing us on YouTube, L.A., Chicago, New York. Good morning. Just you had a wonderful weekend. Just that everything went well with your Labor Day weekend. Enjoyed your Labor Day with your family or even with your staff or your co-workers. You had a good time wherever you are, whether it was out picnicking on the beach, at the lagoon, or the Mexican side, or wherever you were. I trust and I hope that you enjoyed it and it gave you a sense of renewedness to get back to work and enjoy yourself. Like some people I know are assuming that it starts soon, but you know, whatever it is, if it was
In their dreams.
if you were at the agriculture show,
In their dreams.
if you were at the agriculture show, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I understand the show was a success. We'll hear about that in the days to come. So again, you can listen to us on all the cable providers across the country. You can log on to us on YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube, and you can send us a text by way of Yahoo Messenger on Facebook at Sugar City Morning Show at gmail.com. That's our Facebook address. And you can call us at 302-2170, or you can text me at 626-4882, or you can reach Emmanuel by way of text. Hold on, Emmanuel, not tell me. I remember the number, 635-7436.
Thank you very much, and that is correct.
So for the time being, we're going to say hello and good morning again to Emmanuel Martinez. So we're going to jump into that jump starter with a word of prayer.
Thank you very much. And if you have just joined us, then I think that it is only right that we bid you good morning and to wish you all the best for today and always, really. Muy buenos días, compañeros. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana. Hoy ya es el 3 de mayo y son exactamente las 7:05. Muy buenos días. Donde sea que se encuentren, un gusto saludarles y desearles todo lo mejor. Como siempre, como dijo correctamente el compañero Dillon, hay que empezar las actividades del día de hoy con el paso correcto. Y eso es reconocer y agradecer todo lo que nuestro Dios nos da. Así que, sin muchas más palabras, voy a adelantarme y decir: Padre, te quiero dar las gracias por la vida, que hoy logré abrir mis ojos de nuevo, hoy logré caminar, hoy logré comer, ver, sentir, palpar, escuchar, hablar, y eso es el milagro de la vida. Gracias, Padre. Te doy también gracias por la buena salud y por las fuerzas que nos das para seguir trabajando, chambeando y luchando por nosotros mismos y por nuestras familias. Gracias, Padre, gracias por eso. También, Padre, te quiero agradecer tu bondad, tu misericordia, todo lo que haces por nosotros dentro de ese amor eterno que tienes para nosotros. Padre, te lo agradecemos. Te pedimos que continúes bendiciéndonos con esas bendiciones de buena salud y fuerzas. Y te pedimos, Padre, como siempre, para aquellas personas que más lo necesitan. Nunca debemos olvidarnos de esas personas que están enfermas, que están en las cárceles, que andan en las calles, que estén en sus casas, pero que estén pasando por tiempos difíciles, momentos difíciles. Ayúdalos, Padre, y llena ese vacío que tienen en sus vidas para que puedan reconocer a ellos eventualmente de que simplemente es contigo que se logra la paz y la felicidad en la vida. Padre, permítenos hoy trabajar y hacer lo mejor del día, haciendo todo lo mejor como podamos hacer. Es una forma de alabanza. Padre, te damos las gracias, te bendecimos, te glorificamos. Amén.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. We turn it over now to the weather report for today, Tuesday, the 3rd of May, 2016, as of 6 a.m. this morning. Mainly fair, general situations, mainly fair, warm and dry conditions will prevail for the next 24 to 36 hours, and then the approach of a weak and late season cold front
Yes.
will
Yes.
bring some changes on Wednesday night. Let me read that again for you. Mainly fair, warm, and dry conditions will prevail for the next 24 to 36 hours. And then the approach of a weak, late season cold front will bring some changes Wednesday night. I think next year you wouldn't be surprised if it not snowed, I believe, 'cause the way the weather, the behavior, like anything could happen. Any number could play. The 24-hour forecast, mostly sunny and warm today and partly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy tonight, little or no rainfalls expected. Winds will be blowing southeast at 5 to 15 knots. Sea state moderate to choppy to moderate, that is, sorry. So the sea state is moderate to choppy. Or choppy to moderate, I keep getting confused. Choppy to moderate. There's no weather advisory out. For Wednesday is for continue mainly fair and warm conditions with the chance of a late afternoon shower or thunderstorm developing inland. Shower and thunderstorm will increase on Wednesday and Wednesday night as a weak cold front approaches the country. Wow, I know.
No, bring down the temperatures
Huh?
at all.
What that?
It will not bring down the temperatures.
No, we're not bringing it down, but this I believe, boy.
Mm-hmm.
The best place of vacation in the world. You get cold, rain, heat in a one day for one price. Okay, the temperatures for today on the highs on the coast 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Inland 37 degrees Celsius, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. In the hills 29 degrees Celsius, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. The lows for tonight on the coast 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Inland 23 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In the hills 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The tides, there will be a high tide at 7:09 a.m. That's just about a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be a low at 1:30 p.m. For Wednesday, there'll be a high at 7:41 p.m. and a low at 38 a.m. on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. For tomorrow, Wednesday, the sun will rise. The sun will set at 6:14 p.m. and the moon will rise. Moon will set at 3:14 p.m. The sun will rise at 5:25 a.m. and the moon will rise at 3:40 a.m. That's on Wednesday. So we're gonna go over to Emmanuel now to bring us his weather report, the translation of Spanish.
Sí, y siempre un gusto saludarles, compañeros. Bienvenidos. Si nos acaban de sintonizar al Sugar City Morning Show, y esta es la traducción del reporte del tiempo para la gente de
Habla España.
habla hispana.
España.
y te lo voy a preguntar hasta que lo tengas al día, que estés al día. Buenos días, ¿cómo se encuentran? Este es el reporte, y este reporte generado a las 6 de la mañana indica que la situación general es esencialmente buen tiempo. Vamos a estar pasando por tiempo cálido, condiciones secas. Esto va a predominar, estas condiciones van a predominar sobre nuestro país para las siguientes 24 a 36 horas. Y luego la llegada de un frente de frío bastante débil, porque a esta altura, puchica, ya estamos en mayo, así que bastante débil. Va a traer algunos cambios el miércoles por la noche. Para las siguientes 24 horas, esencialmente soleado, bastante caluroso, bastante caliente para el día de hoy, parcialmente nublado hoy por la noche. No se espera nada de lluvia, pero si es que cae si cae lluvia, va a ser nada más un tantito. Así que poca o nada de lluvia. Los vientos del este-sudeste de 5 a 15 nudos del estado del mar, agitado a moderado. Aún así, no hay ninguna advertencia, compañeros, así que todo está muy bien ahí fuera del mar. Se espera que para miércoles continuemos teniendo buen tiempo, tiempo seco, tiempo cálido, y luego una posibilidad de un chubasco por la tarde o una tormenta, quizás desarrollándose en el interior del país. Estamos hablando para mañana, no para hoy. ¿Ok? Los chubascos y las tormentas van a aumentar miércoles por la noche, como el paso de este frente de frío, que es bastante débil a esta altura, esté tomando lugar. Las temperaturas para el día de hoy, las altas por la costa, 90 grados. Y compañeros, si están parados, siéntense. Hoy la temperatura alta para el interior, 98 grados. Si pensaron de que este fin de semana estaba caluroso, hoy sigue aún más alto, 98 grados. Y por las colinas, 84 grados. Las bajas por la costa, 79, en el interior del país 73, y por las colinas únicamente 70 grados. Las mareas, hubo una marea alta hace unos cuantos minutos, a las 7:09 minutos. Eso es seguido por una marea baja a la 1:30, 1 de la tarde con 30 minutos. Luego entonces otra marea alta a las 7:41 minutos hoy por la noche. Y entonces otra marea baja a la 1:38 minutos mañana por la madrugada. El sol se oculta hoy a las 6:14 minutos y el sol sale de nuevo en todo su esplendor mañana a las 5:25 minutos. La luna se oculta a las 3:14 minutos hoy por la tarde y la luna sale de nuevo mañana por la madrugada a las 3:40 minutos. Y le damos las gracias a Forecasters Gordon y a Guy por esta información que nos traen para que en torno a nosotros podamos compartir con ustedes. Compañeros, gocen el día de hoy, bastante caliente, bastante seco. Ya mañana tenemos unos chubascos por la tarde y posiblemente unas tormentas por la noche. La temperatura no va a bajar gran cantidad, quizás bajamos unos 2 o 3 grados, pero a esta altura, para que tengamos reducciones drásticas en la temperatura, tendría que ser uno tras el otro para que entonces todo el calor que existe, pues se desaparezca. Pero a esta altura, ya con calor de 98 grados, eso es bastante difícil, casi imposible.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Quite a lot said in Spanish here. Posible is not impossible, but you do a thing. 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, we take a commercial break, and we'll be right back to get into some discussions this morning. And quite a lot been happening in the Guatemala and Belize issue, but kind of overshadowing the special convention that should be coming up soon. So we'll be talking about that this morning.
And it's going to happen, what, in 26 days?
Something like that. So
Right, exactly.
we'll be right back.
They see when no you're defense, always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit, large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color, Buster.
past year, Digicel has gotten thousands of new customers. They're DigiFans. Want to know why? Because they get more love with more text, more talk, more data, more free everything, including more promotion.
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
because I get more.
because I get more.
because I get more.
Digicel, always giving you more.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
You know your baby is happy when wearing baby pampers. Baby pampers in all sizes. Baby pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
My name is Ken.
Sherry Burgess from New York.
Well, I believe we have come a long way.
The development it's really great. You know, the roads are much nicer.
Streets are so nice now.
More commercial buildings, more businesses.
It is nothing like I could believe that I see today.
I'm happy with Louis' progress, and I hope they continue to do it.
As a young nation, I think we're growing, and what the government is doing so far is very good for the country.
Dean Barrow is the man, and he came in and do a whole lot, changed this whole country around, and
He's doing an excellent job. We're catching up.
I think that police have arrived finally.
Everything has changed and developed so beautifully.
We're proud to be believing, proud to be believing. Hello?
Did you send the credit yet?
It's Saturday, so I forgot to say if you were right now. Did we get a credit?
What? That'd be quick.
Unless you have powers like Farron here, you can use Digicel's Send Me Credit service to instantly send credit to anyone just by dialing *77 followed by the pound sign or *798 followed by the pound sign. Then the number you want to send credit to. Finally, add the cash amount and click Send. Always more with Digicel.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for that?
get serious, get bopped.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Emmanuel, it's 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. And just quickly on a note, the FFB, that's the Football Federation.
I heard you comment this morning that they took up essentially about 15 minutes of the news. Unfortunately, I did not listen to it. But talk to me, what's going on in the FFB?
What happened is they had elections, election for executive members, I think. I stand to be corrected when I say no. But the elections for the voting for the president. That's the position that Roberto Vicente holds. And he was challenged by Sergio Chuk. Then you had Marlon Quillen, the
Sergio
two
Chuk
team, right?
from San Ignacio?
Yes, I think, which was a vice president, I think. But anyway, the long and short of it is that they went for 22 rounds of voting that lasted about 12 hours.
What?
Yeah.
You mean that wasn't necessary because there was a tie or something
Yeah,
like that?
something like there was a tie. They both pulled up, I think, at 10-10 a vote a piece. And they couldn't break the tie. So at 21, I guess they went for one last round and they got to 22 votes and nobody couldn't win. So automatically Marlon Quillen, who won his seat as vice president or first vice president or something like that, he took over the post of president because they couldn't come up with a winner.
There was an impasse.
Yeah. So that puts.
Well, I'm sure that is regulated in the.
Yes.
That as
So
per regulations in the bylaws or whatever. No?
he woke up this morning being the president of the FFB.
Okay. Now, wasn't Marlon a member of the board or
Yes,
previously?
they were all members. Remember the Marlon and Chuk and another person who made a move to remove.
So he has
suspend
vacated that position there as
right.
as
So they have certain bylaws in it whereby they could select a president from within the group, but not the two that is tied. Obviously, that won't happen, you know. But I, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of heard vaguely that Quillen will be there for the next year until they have another election.
So finally, this whatever his name is, Vicente.
At the end of the day, he was moved.
He was moved.
Come what may, he was moved. Because I listened to the sports report this morning and Quillen was talking about, you know, he's not there to rid anybody of their job and everything. He just wants to run the place like a business that it should
And the
be.
way that it should be run.
And according to him, no, it's a business, and get rid of about 2 or 3 of the bylaws that is there for the convenience of the way the elections is run. So, you know, this not happen again next time. And talking about adopting some different systems from the U.S. that they are using to run the association that is working for the U.S., you know, and they want to adopt it for Belize and other Caribbean countries. So he's talking about changes while he will be there, you know, and checking out the posts of different people, see if it's a job or it's just, you know. But I guess.
Did he have any specific mention about any special project in the development of
No,
sports
he
or
never
football?
get into that because,
Never get into
like he
that.
say, he have to get there and see exactly.
You know, what's the
where they go on,
situation?
you know. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something about the way how the U.S. is running a football system and it's working for them, and they want to pilot
Implement
project
that?
it here in Belize. Some group from Boston, I think, or Michigan, Atlanta, somewhere like that. But congratulations, Mr. Quillen, and I know Mr. Quillen. I know you know Mr. Quillen very well too. And well, in a sense, in a nutshell, I mean, we don't have a pet about nobody. You were clamoring for a change, and the change came unknowing to you. You know, now the ball is in your hand. So
well, he's gonna be on the spotlight really because Marlon has been an advocate for change in the FFB and in particular to the way that his predecessor was doing things. So you know he will have a lot of people watching him, and kind of like you know. Assessing his job. It's a big challenge. So from what I know and from what I have seen is that Marlon has been involved in sports for many years, and in particular football. So if he carries it as a passion, then I'm sure that it will it will work out pretty well for him. And again, I join with you in offering our congratulations to the new team, and wish them all the best. Because at the end of the day, what we want to see is the development of the sport. We want to see football being held, in a high position where, and that we have good decisions being made from within the committees, and that is going to help promote the sport from the very small kids all the way to the elderly who still want to play. You think so?
Definitely. And because not only that, you got the female football, and you got the futsal, which is becoming very popular in the country.
The what?
Futsal. I think that's like the five-a-side.
Okay. All right.
Play in a smaller court, no? But quite a lot on his hands, Emmanuel, so wish him all the very best. And he's now the chairman.
So talk to me, Dylan. Talk to me, Dylan. Will Mejia.
Before we go to that, I want to say that we have the PSC.
Oh, okay,
today.
yes, we do.
It's the final round of the PSC. I think today they take maths, no? Maths and some other subject, and over the years they're divided in two. So we want to say, before you are going to class, stay calm. If you study every day for an exam, then today just going to be another day. Just going to be another exam day. So no need for make you jump up yourself and so, but it's a big test. It's just another big test. Stay focused, and you'll be all right. All this. Congratulations to all who is taking the exams, and remember, you're smart. You don't have to worry about nothing. If you study, you don't have to worry about nothing either. All right, so take it easy. Again, before we jump into that, Emmanuel, quite a lot of violence stirred over the weekend. I will read a post here just now where Bernadette Gill Harry posts up. They were playing at some place in Belmopan when the police came and shut them down and evacuate the building because they said that some people will go around in our SUV, they shoot up people.
What? Where did this happen?
This is Belmopan area. It's a Cayo district, no? So I'm trying to find it so you can check it out. But that's what they said, and they said that 2 persons was already shot. I guess that's in relation to the 2 persons who were shot in, I think it's Kamalote area. 2 young men were sitting on a tree and a vehicle pulled up and just shot them up. Dead.
Any reason why? And that can be perceived?
Still investigating, no? 10 shot, and one and they take 2 shot. Then according to what she posted up here that somebody head may get chopped off too, so the police just decide to put a lockdown on the spot. And then again, Sunday morning, I think we woke up to the news on the media, Facebook page, social media, that 2 young ladies were shot in San Ignacio, no? In a beauty salon.
Hmm?
Yes, 2 young ladies were shot dead. And the one
whilst doing their hair and so forth,
they never
or whatever,
specify
or they're employees of the salon.
One of them owned the business, and the next one is the employee, and apparently it's what you call it, domestic love triangle business or love double business. But anyway, the gunman, which was a security officer, who pulled the trigger, then turned the gun on his head.
So it's 3. So yeah. 2 killed 2 and then killed himself.
He never did.
Oh, good Lord.
You have to live to tell the story. You have to pay. You have to pay. He never did. How you like that?
I'm sorry for him.
I think one of the young ladies was his girlfriend or something.
I'm sorry for him.
Boy.
Because if it can be proven that he was the one who killed, and I'm sure that there were, I don't know, witnesses to that, to kill two and then to try to kill yourself, you know, shoot yourself. I'm sorry.
Boy.
What he's watching, he's looking at many years in jail.
Yes, the good lad tell him where you're going.
Nothing you will get was this easy.
Hang them, man. Answer to that for me. You got cojones.
That's the way
to pull the trigger
that's the way a mí le salió el tiro por la culata.
You know?
You know?
But then they had one in the city, some notorious big name figure, Gambis, somebody go by Bally Williams, go by the name of Gambis. They made several attempts on his life, and finally they caught up with him. Was shot on the boulevard while riding his red motorbike.
And this is when?
I think it was Sunday. In Belize City, though. You know.
So but nothing of the sort happened in Orange Walk, right?
Thank God.
Thank God. That's the point where I wanted to you know.
Up to now, we don't hear nothing for Orange Walk. But quite a busy weekend down
elsewhere.
West. Down west. Quite a violent and busy weekend down west, you know. So for now, we just keep an eye on that. And not only bad things happen. Remember they had the football five-a-side started in Benke before the show done. Giving a lead update on that, no? So it's for sure that balance the thing, you know. Good things they happen anyways, but Will Mejia and them boy, what you have to tell me?
Well, as far as I can tell, that they were not permitted to go to the Sarge tomb.
Boy.
Now, a lot of people have a lot to say about this. And but in my very humble way, I've spoken to a number of people, and I asked them, y bueno, dime, ¿y qué tú piensas de esto? Y lo primero que te dicen, ese nada más está tirándole leña al fuego. Meaning, he's just trying to stir the fire. And that the action by the Will Mejia group was being very provocative. And that at the end of the day, they thought that it was not necessary, that they were running a risk of being shot at. And if they were shot at, how would the government respond? Not the BDF. How would the government respond?
I think you would say shot at.
Mm?
They are running a risk of getting shot. Not shot at.
Well, shot at.
Shot!
All right, shot then. Let's just put it that way. To close that. Shot. And then, how will the government respond?
But Emmanuel, one would say, all right. One would say that this alone stupidness, man. I mean, how the government put police and BDF and GSU and SSU and everybody to stop we from going our own country somewhere. How that work?
Did you read the press release?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, I can read it for you.
No, I'm saying.
Because
I'm not saying that it was wrong, you know. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gearing at.
I'm just being on the other side of the coin, because, you know, put it this way. Then, watch this. If we're saying that Will Mejia then just want what, the lack of AA something DD, so attention deficit disorder, they want attention. They still get the attention because if they're gone, they can't get in trouble. And they were probably hoping and praying that the government put police department and police as soon as they stop them from go. So either which way, to me, they get what they want. How do you deal with that?
I don't agree with you. I don't agree
Why?
with you.
It could be like that, you know.
I don't agree with you in that sense. I don't agree
Because
that.
what is their agenda, Emmanuel? They are telling, oh, today make 150 years since the agreement was signed, so we need to go there to commemorate that. The agreement wasn't signed on the Stars too. If you want to go commemorate that, then maybe you go find what part and sign it, like Guatemala or Belmopan, or somewhere else. But I'm saying is that if they be gone, they may rack up their attention. If they never gone, I think they get exactly, they push the government to the point whereby they stop them from going. And
The
that's what
government
they
of
like.
Belize places temporary restrictions on movement in Belize's portion of the Sarstoon River for 1 month. Listen to the carefully worded.
And they listen to
on
your
Belize's portion of the Sarstoon. The government of Belize announces that after consulting with the Prime Minister, His Excellency the Governor General of Belize has made regulations under Section 2 of the Public Safety Act, Chapter 142 of the Substantive Laws of Belize, RE 2011. The regulations prohibit persons and vessels without lawful authority from entering into Belize's portion of the Sarstoon River. The regulations take effect from today, and the restrictions remain in force for 1 month. Government advises that this course of action has become necessary in order to prevent any commotion
Of course.
and or threat to public safety that might arise in consequence of the continuing tense and dangerous standoff between Belize and Guatemala over the Sarstoon. At the tipping point that could be caused, that could be caused by the unregulated insertion of members of the Belizean public into this very volatile mix. Because this is a very volatile situation. During the 1 month period for which the restrictions are to last, it is expected that a diplomatic solution will be found to the problem. Well, I hope so. And that the solution will provide for the safe passage of Belizean civilians along the Sarstoon. Now, the situation was, what if they get shot at? Or shot, like you say? How will the government respond? Obviously, will respond in protecting its citizens, as long as you are in Belizean waters. How will they respond? Will they respond militarily, forcefully, violently? Do we want a confrontation? Because it's easily going to lead to a confrontation. So, in order to avoid that, then the government issued that what you call it. Now, it seems to me that this Wilmehia crowd, maybe they are well aware of it. Maybe they are well aware of all the possibilities that will happen.
Ignorance is no excuse, Bob.
No, maybe they're well aware. It's just that they're pushing the issue.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
All right?
So their objective, because we asked what are their objective, and all you could say that clearly mischief. So any which way, then way. Because what then they look for the sympathy, from the public. They want people jump up and holler Dean Bauer at this, Dean Bauer at that, and the foreign minister at this, and they not get it. What do you think the next part of the group never gone with it? Huh?
Right. And as a matter of fact, they had been invited to go to hold a press conference at the Belize side with some Guatemalan press. And I think that the Guatemalan press said, I'm sorry, I don't want to do it in the Belize side. I want to do it in the Guatemalan side. And I think that they picked up on that and they said, no, we're not crossing the river. We're not going there. So the interviews were canceled. Okay?
Why they never gone? You think they don't got sense? Huh?
Well, we can only assume at this point. We have to ask them really to get some feedback from them. But I'll be honest with you. I was hoping that cooler heads prevail. And Wilmehia is a stooge. It's just being used by people. I'll be honest with you. Or maybe he's just one stubborn man, and that he's going to probe and push and shove and temper the whole situation just to prove a point that he is within his freedom and liberty to go wherever he wants, regardless of the circumstances. This is important because if you say, regardless, a mí me vale qué situación sucede. Si hay una confrontación militar, pues yo no soy culpable. Yo estoy dentro de mi territorio beliceño. A mí me debe de proteger porque yo soy beliceño y yo no estoy yendo a Guatemala. Pero entonces el gobierno te dice, para evitar confrontaciones, para evitar esa situación, porque ya las condiciones están bastante frágiles, no vayas, aguántate, espérate un mes, espera un mes. Ya luego de un mes, si tú quieres aventar a ir ahí, bien, pero espera que se componga esa situación. ¿Ok?
Well,
sí.
By, like I say, I mean, check on, you talk and I want to listen to you, but the follow, I think I will say they want to meet we in the press office, the press conference, they have a meeting in neutral.
Compañeros, estamos hablando de un anuncio de parte del gobierno. Bueno, me imagino que ustedes ya están bastante informados acerca de lo que no puede ser sucedió, porque no sucedió, pero lo que estaba planificado suceder este fin de semana. Aparte, no estamos hablando del show agrícola, estamos hablando de una expedición de ciertas personas. En realidad, el grupo de Will Mejía, que iban a hacer una expedición al Sarstud. Bueno, me imagino que ustedes ya saben la situación bastante frágil que está viviendo el país luego de ese incidente hace una semana o 10 días, como sea el caso. Y estos individuos decidieron que, no obstante, ellos iban a ir. Vamos a tomar la llamada.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Just watching your program this morning.
Yes.
And I would like to share with you this morning concerning about what I heard from the news from Guatemala yesterday.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
One of the things that is very important for our Belizeans, the person was talking about the information that the guy was trying to share with the Guatemalans that there's no borderline between Belize and Guatemala.
Then distort the message.
And he was trying to bring the message to the Guatemala yesterday.
Who is he, sir? Who you refer as he?
Pardon?
Who is he in your statement?
It's the canciller.
Okay, the foreign minister. Okay.
Yeah. He's the one that I was talking yesterday concerning about there's no borderline.
Mm-hmm.
There's no borderline between Belize and Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that I'm calling from Corozal, right?
Yes, sir.
And there's some chicleros in the village of Pachacan.
Uh-huh.
And there's some other guys that he can share with you guys concerning about the borderline. There's a borderline, and the old guy said that there's a line that he can convince the people that there's a borderline over there because he was a Chicleros for the past years ago. And that's one of the things that we Belizeans, we need to understand that there's a borderline. And I was very upset concerned about the person was talking yesterday because he said that there are no borderline over there. And another point that he was shared in that news that the Guatemala military want to come and train our soldiers in Belize. And I think we don't need that training from Guatemala because we are well trained in Belize.
Yes.
We already received training from the English and from the US, and some other parts of the different
world.
countries. And we are ready. If Guatemala won't come in, we are ready for that. I'm talking because I'm an ex-military, and I know the situation. That we Belizeans, we are well trained to go to do all kind of things if Guatemala won't come in. But I want to say that I was very upset yesterday concerned about his news that he was trying to share yesterday in that information that he was passing yesterday. That's why I'm calling this morning to share with you guys.
Thank you, sir.
To talk more about this. There's a borderline, and I know that there's a borderline over there because, like I'm ex-military, I know there's a borderline. But he was talking that there's no borderline over there, and that's why I'm calling this morning to share with you guys this morning.
Thank you very much.
Opportunity, and God bless, and God bless our nation. Thank you.
Yes.
Well said, boy. With that, we comment, and then when we come back,
Yes, we'll
take
comment
a
on
break.
that when we
It's
come back.
7:48.
In the past year, Digicel has gotten thousands of new customers. They're DigiFans. Want to know why? Because they get more love with more text, more talk, more data, more free everything, including more promotion.
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
because I get more.
because I get more.
because I get more.
Digicel, always giving you more. Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers. In all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
My name is Ken.
Sherry Burgess from New York.
Well, I believe we have come a long way.
The development it's really great. You know, the roads are much nicer. She's so nice now.
More commercial buildings, more businesses.
It is nothing like the Belize that I see today. I'm happy with Belize progress, and I hope they continue to do it. As a young nation, I think we're growing, and what the government is doing so far is very good for the country.
Dean Barrow is the man, and he came in and do a whole lot, changed this whole country around, and
he's doing an excellent job. We're catching up.
I think that Belize have arrived finally.
Everything has changed and developed so beautifully.
We're proud to be Belizeans, proud to be Belizeans.
Hello?
Did you send the credit yet?
Hey, sorry, dears. I forgot. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Did we get a credit?
What? That'd be quick.
Unless you have powers like Farron here, you can use Digicel Send Me Credit service to instantly send credit to anyone just by dialing *77 followed by the pound sign or *798 followed by the pound sign. Then the number you want to send credit to. Finally, add the cash amount and click Send. Always more with Digicel.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Bossa. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Bossa. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Bossa.
In the past year, Digicel has gotten thousands of new customers. They're DigiFans. Want to know why? Because they get more love with more text, more talk, more data, more free everything, including more promotion.
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
because I get more.
because I get more.
because I get more.
Digicel, always giving you more.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get popped.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Cuando son exactamente las 7:55 minutos. It's 7:55, which really is 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. We had a call just before we went on the break from an individual claiming that he knows of some people who claim that there is actually a marking.
It's an argument.
Yo no puedo decir si hay o no hay personalmente, porque yo nunca he estado allí. Pero todas las indicaciones son que de que en realidad no existe esa línea. De que no existe esa línea. Y es posible que quizás el individuo se esté refiriendo a una porción que ya está aclarada. Pero vamos a recordar, como dice el señor Schumann, de que la línea de borderline son 165 millas de largo. Y que ningún esfuerzo se ha hecho para poner un cerco, por decir, o poner soldados protegiendo esa línea, porque obviamente hay restricciones de logística. Sería completamente un atrevimiento bastante costoso para decir poner protección soldado. ¿Y cuántos soldados necesitarías para proteger esa línea? ¿Okay? Ahora, la razón que digo que quizás sea una porción de la línea que esté ya marcada y que no toda la línea en su totalidad. Porque obviamente muchas personas dicen, ellos cruzan y no hay ninguna marcación, no hay ningún lo que sea, y por eso simplemente cruzan porque no hay una línea. Tanto así de que hasta el señor Assad Schuman dijo de que it was an artificial line, it was an imaginary line.
Imaginary, and you know what? When that comment was made by Sadie Arrington, he a blast for that, but the idea Assad Schuman cleared that up and he said, you know, I was the one who said that it's an imaginary line. You know, but the territory of Valentine start out to clear the line and mark the border, but then we got with machine. You remember that for Dickie Bradley when they did with machine? Then people could put that for a show.
And you're right, you question the motive behind this. Because those things are viewed in the international scene as confrontational. You know what I mean? Dylan, if you have a problem with your neighbor about a piece of property, and he claims that he owns that piece of property that you claim as yours, and you go there, you build the fence, and he call in full belief that that piece of is yours, how would you react? How would you react?
Yeah, they think they cause a lot of problems in Belize already. But you see, to the level of moderation, but check this out. The thing we have to pay attention that I want to ask everybody that whenever you get a chance to go on the internet, check out the Guatemala side of the story. And you'll find out the loan distortion then they send, you know.
Right. And that's exactly my point.
Then they telling people that Belize is the Guatemala.
And that the incident happened in Petén.
You know, and that we the chance in it. You know, and you watch the foreign minister the idea, the post is still on Facebook where he was on a show, like an interview in Guatemala, and he's talking about the Star Stone belongs to Guatemala and Belize want claim it and all of them they do that tell we if ask them permission for access for we side or we have a pass for them say loco. Peor el payaso that the president did. You understand? And that's what then they tell for them people. So there was another post on Facebook. I think we should start showing these ones that make sense. Where Morris was the one who showed me on Facebook, where the media house came down to the adjacent zone, the borderline, and did interviews with like Fidel forest officers, like, and they're saying that the Guatemalans do enter in Belize to plant because there's better soil and it's easier for them to survive. So by their own admission, they're saying that the Guatemalans are coming into Belize. I think we need to start to show these things.
Yes, I agree with you.
Public knowledge.
Y para hablar en español, es exactamente, si te preguntas acerca de Guatemala, especialmente el área de Petén, y dice, bueno, ¿y por qué diablos pasa esta gente por nuestras fronteras? ¿Que no hay suficiente terreno en el Petén? Pues sí, Petén en sí es más grande que el país de Belice. Así que, ¿cómo que no va a haber terreno? Pero, compañeros, se han dado cuenta de que la gran cantidad de terreno del Petén es adueñado por los mismos militares. Porque tal lugar ahí es del general, uno es del coronel, es de tanto y tanto, y la gente que vive en el Petén tiene que estar pagándole renta a estos militares para el uso del terreno. Ya entonces, para no tener que pagar esto, los militares le dicen, si no quieres pagar, ahí también puedes cruzar la frontera de Belice. Ha habido gente que dice que sí, esto ha sucedido. Cruza la frontera, ve ahí hay bastante terreno si tú quieres usarlo. Porque el terreno la gente es pobre en esa área. La gente no tiene terreno para poder crecer sus verduras, sus frutas, o de una forma u otra, no lo tienen.
That was news post, Noticia de Caribe or something that they post up these. And one of the sad part that people don't want to really to understand that you know what I tell us, we talk about poor people in Belize.
You don't meet poor people yet.
You don't meet poor people with you. Then the people have to drink, take the muddy water, and carry it home and boil it for firewood, so they could drink it. These are the kind of lifestyle when the people they live, and this is how Guatemala, which is a rich country, takes care of the poor. They not take care of the poor. They got the people they punish, so the people are always, and them place so big, man, they don't like when we could say, why we live there, the San Pablo, so when I start to walk, when I reach Orange Walk City, maybe the morning we could try to get something to eat. Them places so far from each other, no? Some of the people grow up in the borderlines, dead and not reach the city yet.
Because it takes about 11 hours from
Far.
Guatemala City to
Far.
You know?
You know, and these people are poor. So when they find out that Belize have all the love, they want to come in, which is come in illegal. And because they were taught from small, Guatemala es de Belize.
Belize es de Guatemala.
Belize es de Guatemala. They could come in here and you don't work like that. So where Morales need to do that, spend some money by poor people down in the area there, and assist the people there. Send the army.
This has been an initiative from way back. I remember my brother saying that in the area of Santa Rosa and so forth, that they were trying to get some international funding to try to raise the standard of living for those people.
You think?
But I don't think that it had much effect. If it did, it was only transient or very limited. But at the end of the day, that's the problem.
You think the army should have show up for bury one 13-year-old? Show up for making never gone. Show up on a backhoe on a pretty expensive equipment and plow the Guatemalan side for help the poor people. That's what I want to do. What the Guatemalan army if do is concentrate on try to run the country and try to take Belize on a concentrate on the dangerous streets where people are living on a fight the MSR, how you call it, Maras, DC8. That the one who need for fight. They gang people who they kill up the poor innocent Guatemalans they because they don't want to give them $1 or because they tell them, listen, we want to run the street. No, this is what happened, you know. And if you don't pay, we want mob fee for protection, so then they don't want to get in and shoot the people innocently. Man, every day people drop to Guatemala, like for every 19 minutes somebody get shot to Guatemala by another gang member. This is what the soldiers if you go fight. We don't want to try and mess with we because we don't want to try to take Belize. What's wrong with you?
Y ese concepto de que pobre niño de 13 años, pobrecito, sembrando su pepita con su papá y su hermanito, ese cuento es basura, literalmente basura. Este mismo niño lo habían escoltado por la BDF de vuelta a la frontera porque se había metido a territorio beliceño. Este mismo niño lo había tomado el BDF y dice, mira, estás en territorio beliceño, te vamos a llevar a la frontera. Este mismo niño, con su papá, armados. No te estoy diciendo que el niño tenía, casi resisto a decir que es niño, porque a esa edad mucha gente en esa área, pues desde muy chamaco están trabajando duro. Ya son hombrecitos. Pero con el papá definitivamente responsable por esto, porque él está bastante consciente del hecho que están cruzando a Belice, porque entonces se vino armado, se vino con armas, y puso en riesgo la vida de sus hijos. Eso es lo importante. Él conscientemente hizo esa decisión y puso en riesgo la vida de sus hijos. ¿Ok? Ahora, ¿ok? Y eso está mal. Eso está bastante mal. Entonces, cuando ahora hubo esta confrontación y con todas las indicaciones son de que ellos son los que empezaron a tirar al BDF. ¿Ok? Y que el BDF, obviamente en defensa propia, empezó a tirar a tirar de vuelta. Ahora resulta entonces de que este niño de 13 años resultó muerto.
Yeah.
¿Eh? Y para que el presidente ahora trate de lograr simpatía en una reacción emocional de la gente, pobre niño sembrando pepita, eso es un cuento, that's strictly for the birds.
They shall me charge you, pa?
That's exactly my point.
They shall me charge you, pa? But when I hear up on the news this morning, I wake up and I kind of sleepy this morning, but that the UN, they support Belize now, the foreign ministers for the UN, they say we
of course
support the Belize, especially in going to the ICJ, because one lot of things now, people still don't really understand this ICJ thing. What do you think can be done to make people understand more about this ICJ?
Well, obviously, if we were to go to the
believe that this is the way out.
If we were to go to the referendum a couple years ago, there was an education program. There was an awareness program that was supposed to happen, you know, on course. And you had people like Assad and my late brother and a number of other people. Ambassador Stuart Leslie was in charge of information, disseminating information. Okay, and that would have happened. But in view of the fact that that did not happen because we ended up not going to that referendum, not yet, then obviously those things are put on hold. But you see, like they say, todo lo que sucede, sucede por una razón. Yo al final del día pienso de que todo esto que está sucediendo tuvo que suceder. Simplemente para que lleguemos a una nueva conciencia de lo que es el problema, que nos demos cuenta de que la realidad es de que el problema es real con Guatemala. Tú puedes vivir toda tu vida pensando de que se vaya a Guatemala mucho a visitar a su abuela. El territorio beliceño sigue siendo beliceño, pero ellos no piensan así.
You know, one of the questions.
They don't believe so.
One of the questions we should ask: why Guatemala back out?
Back out of what?
Of the referendum and the ICJ, they're jumping, you know, because the evidence is show that they're not gonna claim.
Well, that's one side of the story.
What's the next side?
That's one side of the story because, people saying, remember that day when we were talking about the book, they said, oh, it has to be that Guatemala has some sort of thing up their sleeves. And it turns out that, personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe that Guatemala has anything up its sleeve.
Well,
okay?
They say they never got money.
You see, educating 12 or 15 million people, I don't know how many people Guatemala has, and mobilizing so many people for a referendum is a costly, very costly venture.
That's true.
We're talking millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And the thing is that in Guatemala, the vote or the referendum was such that any simple majority, regardless of how many people go to vote, would have said a yes. Any simple majority. If Guatemala has 15 million people, I'm not saying that's the amount, and 3 million came out and said, and 1.7 of those 3 million that voted yes, that was enough to say, yeah, you know. But it's different here in Belize. The Referendum Act says that you must have a minimum of so much of the population, 60%. So if we have 200,000 per se voters, then we needed obviously to have a minimum of 120,000 people going out to vote, and 60,001 saying yes for that to go. And it's different. It's different. Now Guatemala is saying, oh, I want Belize change its referendum act, and just so that a simple majority is going to work.
Then you play pass on.
Could be.
Then you play pass on.
Could be. I think that they're just trying to delay the inevitable.
But like I said, I believe to Emmanuel that they smell the rat.
They're delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. 8:12, we'll take a commercial break
Yes,
and we'll
we
be
do.
right back to continue our discussion here. We'll be right back.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers. In all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
My name is Ken.
Sherry Burgess from New York.
Well, I believe we have come a long way.
The development it's really great. You know, the roads are much nicer. She's so nice now.
More commercial buildings, more businesses.
There's nothing like the Belize that I see today. I'm happy with Belize's progress, and I hope they continue to do it. As a young nation, I think we're growing, and what the government is doing so far is very good for the country.
Dean Barrow is the man, and he came in and do a whole lot, changed this whole country around, and
he's doing an excellent job. We're catching up.
I think that Belize have arrived finally.
Everything has changed and developed so beautifully.
We're proud to be Belizean, proud to be Belizean.
Hello?
Did you send the credit yet?
Ay, sorry, dears. I forgot. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Did you get the credit?
What? That'd be quick.
Unless you have powers like Farron here, you can use Digicel's Send Me Credit service to instantly send credit to anyone just by dialing *77 followed by the pound sign or *798 followed by the pound sign. Then the number you want to send credit to. Finally, add the cash amount and click Send. Always more with Digicel.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Bossa. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Bossa. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Bossa.
In the past year, Digicel has gotten thousands of new customers. They're DigiFans. Want to know why? Because they get more love with more text, more talk, more data, more free everything, including more promotions.
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
I'm a DigiFan
because I get more.
because I get more.
because I get more.
Digicel, always giving you more.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get Bob.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Manager. Just on a quick note, I want to say, Emmanuel, I didn't see you there, but I understand the Cancer Walk was a big success.
Sugar City Morning Show.
Very big success. So I want to congratulate all of those who went out there and participated. And we understand there's another one coming up. Hopefully, it is a lupus walk on the 14th of May, I think, in Orange Walk. It's supposed to be held all over the country, you know. Lupus is a deadly, dreadful disease that
And it's becoming more and more prevalent.
I guess it did a long time, because I could tell you from experience when I lost my mother to lupus, and when she used to go to the doctor, they tell her that arthritis they have. Arthritis for years, and I know that.
But there are distinctive signs of lupus, man. You can't be confused with arthritis.
Man, look here, I know you make me go down there. They tell you what they used to tell her. Yeah, arthritis, you know. So, but again, we're going to talk more about the walk coming up in the near future, in the days to come, you know. So, but back to this Guatemala issue. Well, like you said, the Lee boy 13 years old, like where you said that the Lee boy business at school, no?
That's exactly right.
That's
and I'm just reading Evan Hyde's commentary about that, and he says, and just permit me, guys, to just where is that?
Also, Jimmy Morales has blood on his hands. Try put it on Belize.
Just give me one little break here. And it says, I just want to quickly mention this. Is good Lord, whenever you're looking for something, all Belizeans, Guatemalan leaders are partly to blame for this most unfortunate incident because they make little effort to educate their people that Belize is an independent nation and our border should be respected. Which nation on planet Earth will not protect its borders from intruders? And which border defense soldiers on planet Earth, if in the dead of night come under hostile fire, will not respond in kind? The Guatemalan president used the death of the little boy whose blood is on his hands to try and rile up the Guatemalan people against Belize and our BDF soldiers, which is just what I mentioned a little while ago. That little boy should be in school, for God's sakes, and in Guatemala, not out in the night intruding into Belizean territory. And the parents are also to blame for following their Guatemalan president's propaganda and taking weapons along while intruding in Belize territory and using such weapons to aggress the Belize defense soldiers. So this is exactly, and it's good to hear that Evan Hyde pretty much echoes the same sentiment that I have, you know. ¿Qué hace un chamaco de 13 años cruzando fronteras ilegalmente y con el padre armado? El niño debe estar en la escuela si lo quieres clasificar como un niño. Pero como digo, en esa área, a 13 años ya han estado trabajando arduamente y pues te voy a ser muy franco, el papá es responsable por la muerte de ese muchacho. Responsable. Pero que hasta un niño de 9 años o 11 años, no sé qué estaba con ellos. Bueno, te preguntas, ¿y qué hacen cruzando fronteras ilegalmente? No me des el cuento que estaban sembrando pepita. Anda, dale eso a tu abuela.
¿Sembrar pepita at night?
No dije eso.
Okay, but at night they shoot at the solar.
But that means that they were there during the day and they just camped out during the night.
It's rough, Emmanuel, and again, too, like you said, they just try to play the blame game.
Yes, playing the blame game and trying to rile up the Guatemalan people in, you know, and try to, and the story about the diverting of the attention from the national issues, the water issue, this issue, because coincidentally, at that time, the results of 100-day report on the Guatemalan presidency was just out. And the majority of people are saying, Jimmy Morales no sirve para nada. In other words, they were quite dissatisfied with the performance of Jimmy Morales.
Yep.
So trying to divert the attention the national attention from that. So he used the military, obviously, must have poke out to come by the side and tell him, hey, cambia tu táctica, cambia tu táctica. Trata de provocar emoción de la gente. Diles que mataron a un niño guatemalteco de 13 años, un niño sembrando pepita, esto y el otro. Al final del día, una gran cantidad de gente cayó por ello. La gran mayoría no.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling all the way from Benque.
Ajá.
¿Cómo están los benqueños?
And then, you know, nothing is wrong with we defending our country, which I applaud. Thank you very much. And here at the border, everything is calm so far. A lot of people are giving false alerts.
Go ahead, we're listening.
False alerts like what?
What I really don't appreciate is, you know, people came away from Orange Walk to the border on Saturday.
We're listening.
And then they're stirring things up when here we are calm, and then they don't put themselves and think that in the event of Guatemala starting to do things against us, it will be us at the border that will be affected, not them.
That's a very good
That is
point.
what I don't reason with them. You know?
So you're not in agreement with them?
Yes. You know, it's not that we don't reason with them, but we are the ones that will be affected.
Now you will feel first.
Exactly. We will be the ones to feel first.
You don't think they want for Orange Walk when back help you?
Exactly. We will feel first, not them. Oh, you know typical Belizeans when things happen, what happens?
Well, let me just, can I make a clarification there?
Yes, you can.
I am from Orange Walk, and I wasn't there, my dear, because I share your sentiments. So, they're not the Orange Walk people, eh? Some people from Orange Walk. The territorial volunteers, the northern territorial volunteers for Orange Walk. And I understand where you're coming from, because it's true, if then they shoot wood in the fire and then they're not saying if it out it, they put it in a heat.
Yes.
So,
and then the next thing is that what I don't understand is because if you look on this situation good, we the people will fight against the other people from the next country. And at the end of the day, if you notice, the two ministers don't want to don't eat, laugh, and talk, and that's about it.
well, that is why the Minister of Foreign Affairs keeps saying that we're dealing with it through diplomatic channels. And then you have some people in the country, I personally believe, because they don't like Dean Barrow, then just to try and make mischief.
Or they don't like Wilfred Arrington.
Well, may I tell you something? I applaud Mr. Dean Barrow for all the work where they do for the years that Peter in our power. He's doing a good job, and we could see it because our country is getting beautiful. The paved roads, it's spectacular.
And then that way.
And then the next thing is that, you know, OAS. Why is it that we have to deal with OAS when OAS not there with we? OAS there with Guatemala, and it has proven and shown it many a times. Every time when we have problem with the Guatemala and OAS involved, they take part for Guatemala, they don't take part for we.
We are get crazy and run then too.
Exactly, so I don't know why we have to, because then say they are, in Spanish they call them fondo de paz. But they're not going to want bit of fondo de paz in them.
Por parte de Belize.
Okay.
What is your message for the people, them people from Orange Walk where they going to make problems down the phone?
Them people.
Them people.
Make them steer them.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't know, I was say, kind of imagine that, like you said, the border is calm. But again, too, we have had problems going over in Melchor for the last couple of months. You hear people get stoned in battle and then they accuse this one with thief and so. That's
Make I tell you something, Delon. I go to Melchor on a daily basis. I go when they have when a summer holidays, when a lot of them come for excursion for combine and school stuff. And make I tell you something, I witnessed it. Lots of Belizeans will come across a Melchor. When they get drunk, they go on ladless. Some of them thief. When you see the poor Melchor people have to chase them down the bridge to make them could catch them and make them could get back their stuff. And then no one can tell me that the lie. Because I've seen it already over that side.
So, but remember that two-way thing, you know, because the Guatemalan they come over for east side, gonna do a lot of craziness too, you know.
I don't say no. I don't say no.
You know?
I agree with you.
They just find two and then shut up. They find two and then shut up there the other day in our area where they suspect to be drug dealers.
Compare ourselves with them.
You know? But I don't know, I think that we as Belizean, the way how the Guatemalan government they behave and they go on like we don't exist, I think we have to clamp down on there and leave it and stop go over Melchor and leave it, make the people in Melchor complain.
Why the government not stop them picnic and come to school?
Well, that we have to call for that.
Registration over this side, especially the preschool, not in preschool. You have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make line, to make you get space for your Belizean picnic.
Well, then that's why uno whether they're at the border, who feels it knows it, that uno have to start to holler for anything there. You know, because the Orange Rock one, then we go there. No have to get up 5:30 in the morning if you go register in a picnic because one Guatemalan picnic take his space. Uno feel it.
But we don't make Ghana Ministry of Education. We don't make nice about it and nothing gets done.
But you see how they want for Orange Rock go there and make their voice be heard over and over. That don't know have to do. Camp out front of the Ministry of Education, make Patrick get the sense of what he want to.
Well, most of that we have to do because
yeah, peaceful demonstration.
Every year when the time to register picnic, you have to make line for 4 o'clock in the morning. That's all school to make a correct space.
I don't have a problem with children. You understand me? But bear in mind too, we have people studying in Guatemala that comes home as doctors and engineers. So it's a give and take thing, right? But again, at the same time,
give and take. I agree with you. But if you come in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and you come the border, you will say how much Guatemalans come and get job.
Can I ask you a question?
They have one job.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When it comes to registering for the school, term, is any preference given to Belizeans first, or is it who comes first gets the spot situation? In other words, do Belizeans and Guatemalans compete for the space?
Let me tell you something. Most of the time, they prefer the Guatemalans because they pay more.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. It's
sad.
A reality happening over this side.
Well, I guess you don't have to pay more attention to that and start to make some nice because Belize have a Belizean first.
Thank you.
Now money for come first. Belize have a Belizean. But like I say, uno that side, uno feel it. Uno not see me that side they go stand up no border and they make no trouble. Not Delon Jones, because I don't want any Orange Arcanius there. That's on different people. I don't want somebody just send me a text here. They call one of the name, but I always tell me people just like going to send the text, call and do the whole thing, not set me up at all.
Exactly. That's what they think. Because a lot of people just text and they don't call.
Yeah, so anyway, darling, how the weather at Benke?
Well, beautiful, hot, sunny.
If that is beautiful.
All right. Well, glad to hear. Glad to hear, Benke. You do good. All the best to you. All right.
I same to you, Delon.
Take care.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All the way from Benke. You see, that was very, 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 very valid point that they left from here. The lady said, and when they cause problem down there, they go. They don't stay. They come back to Orange Rock, and we will live here. The Benke have to deal in the mess. That's true, that boy. You know, you're not going to stir the mud and then you're not stand up there and smell it. stir it and stand up there and smell it. You run it and left the scent for other people.
Being
to
the
smell.
devil's advocate, I'd tell you that if they did not cross the border, they're in perfect fulfillment of their rights as Belizeans.
Somebody sent me a text, said, don't you realize that Love's Trouble, he did it in Orange Walk against the credit union, and he was lawless at their meeting. I know they call the man name, they set me up to call him my name. Or no, call the man name, but I could read part of the text, and that was the text. So, the text says, don't you realize that Black Love's Trouble, he did it in Orange Walk against the credit union, and he was lawless at their meeting.
Okay.
And I went on the territorial Valentine.
Yes.
So, easy quiz, right?
Yeah,
But
that's way too easy. I'm sorry.
But I never said that. The lady, a lady is simply saying that uno no coña con cause problem for we and then run left it, right?
Sí.
That's the bottom line. No vienes acá en la frontera a causar problemas para nosotros aquí que vive en la frontera y después ustedes regresan en Orange Walk en tus camas, en tus casas calmados y nosotros queda aquí en el fuego.
En el fuego. Si es que hay fuego, porque no estamos hablando de que hay fuego.
Pues sí, checky, Emmanuel, you have to work with the lady. In my view, the lady correct, because while the arguments they go on up there and in the middle, then people still traverse the border every day for their living. Some people use the border back and forth every day. Belizeans and Guatemala to do their living. Children come to school here in Belize, and certain areas in that has to be visited according to the parent, no? But at the end of the day, that then they live their life, then about that.
Yeah,
life.
but in reality, it's a reality she has to live with, in the sense that you can't really. I mean, being the devil's advocate here, we can't really stop anybody in the full exercise of their rights as Belizeans to go wherever they want, But and I met some people who were saying exactly that. No basta decirme a mí que yo no debo de ir aquí, que no debo de ir allá. Si yo soy beliceño y tengo derecho de ir por todo rincón de este precioso país de Belice, y tienen toda la razón, Y no hay forma que yo pueda decirte de que estás mal, no. Pero simplemente yo creo que va más que esa plataforma de pensamiento.
Te puedo preguntar
Yo creo que
algo.
va más y va al hecho de que simplemente cuando tus acciones en ejercicio de tu libertad se pueden decir que son confrontacional o que pueden resultar en algo peor aún, entonces yo creo que el gobierno todo el derecho de limitar esa libertad.
Somebody sent me a text here, and this will probably take us up to 9. It says, sir, why don't you focus on the good relationship between both countries and stop the negativity?
Sometimes you need that
there?
wake up.
Is there a good relationship? There's trade, yes, we agree with you. But so what? Because we have a really good relationship, we must ignore the fact that then it can smile with we on one side of the coin, and when they go back to the country and say something, they then shoot negativity to the people.
You see,
And
maybe he's not referring
work
to
with that.
government level. He's referring perhaps to the good relation that exists between people.
But then
You thought about that?
Well, the good relation with people are always there. Because on Facebook the other day they show some of the soldiers from Guatemala at one of the back border markers holding the Belizean flag and the BDF holding the Guatemalan flag. But the good relation could only come at a diplomatic level, Emmanuel, at a governmental institutional level when it comes to trade and things like that, tourism or whatever. But we have to, I'm sorry, we have to tell you what's happening, and the negative thing is not only on the Belize side, it is all, you think if the people of Guatemala wasn't being misled by their government about Belize is for them and holla about we want Belize? Most of them they know how Belize, they know corner Belize, but then they tell them Belize are for we why. What we want are the keys and the land and the chateau leaf and the good farmland when they have, that are for we. What you think people are say? No, we don't want it. Come on, that's not negative. It's a fact of what's happening here. I don't know how you see it, Papa.
Why? sometimes sometimes we are, the emotions get the best of us.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Emotions get the best of us.
If we talk about the good things, we have to remind the president. He talked about 13-year-old get shot, right? You have to remember how much 13-year-old they call in school, I believe.
Yes. Well, maybe that's one way of looking at the good side. You see what I mean?
A lot of 13-year-old they go to school, I believe.
Yes.
You lose that focus.
But because emotions get the best of us.
Yeah. Can we take this call?
Sure, man.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yeah, good morning, Dylan.
Good morning.
Just had time to put on the video on the television and heard talking about this problem with Guatemala.
Yes, sir.
I remember way back, Dylan.
Yes, Chief.
When the PUP was in government, there was a time when they wanted peace with Guatemala, and they said, give peace a chance. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah?
Yeah, give peace a chance, in which they were asking the people of Belize, everybody, to give peace a chance, give them some time so that they could try to remedy the situation. And at that time, the opposition, the United Democratic Party opposition, decided to give them that chance, to work with them. And, you know, it created a split within the UDP. It tore the UDP in two. But, you know, time went by and finally things came together. At this time, we are in the same situation in which we need to give peace a chance again. We need to try to go through the right process. It's like if you have a child in school. You have a child in school, a small child, and a bully takes advantage of him. You not tell the child go and teacher or carry one piece of stick or whopper or stoner. You not do that because you then encourage your child to become violent.
You try to deal with it on adult level.
And then the child will not be able to handle it. You throw the bully or knock the bully or stick the bully or whopper 10 times worse. So you not tell the child go there, man, and challenge the bully in any way. You go through the diplomatic channels. You go to the teacher. You advise your child to go to the teacher and explain what has happened. If the teacher doesn't do anything, you tell him, well, then you go to the principal. And if the principal doesn't do anything, then let the child come to the parents, and the parents go there and visit the other parents and try to discuss and settle this matter.
There's certain protocols you need to follow.
Right. You know, encourage the child to go there and start violence and start to tantalize and tease because they get hurt. Well, the same thing happening here with Belize and Guatemala, man. Belize is a small country with a small amount of soldiers and small amount of population. There's no way we could compete with the Guatemalans, not even with the saying, oh, all Belize against just the soldiers of Guatemala. That nonsense, that, man. We have millions of people. You know, we have to be sensible and understand the situation that is happening. Those guys that have been going to the border, I don't want to even talk about them. But I think they have to have a little bit of understanding and relax. They don't have to look for them on the television and on the radio station. I think some of them guys just have nothing to do and want to be on television and they want it so that the people look at them and things like that.
Do you think? You sincerely think so?
What?
You sincerely think so?
I believe, probably not all of them, but I believe especially the leaders, they want it on the television, they want it on the show. You know, they have never probably done anything significant for the people of this country. And therefore, this is the time when they were like, we are heroes. Man, take it easy, man. All we are saying, take it easy, give peace a chance.
They don't realize that
the diplomatic channels.
The country don't need a dead hero.
We don't need no dead hero, man. I say we are following the trail of going to the diplomatic channels. We are talking about the ICJ and all these things. If that is a solution, let us follow it through and give it a chance. Again, my brother, you know, I really believe that as somebody who loves this country, I want it peace, and I want that we can in the future live with Guatemala in peace and not have no kind of problem, settle with problems that we have. But I'll tell you what, if we continue to aggress then we will turn the whole thing in on war. And the more you create war, the worse it is to achieve peace and good living. I want a better country. I want a country that will be friendly to all other countries. And I think we must give peace a chance and follow the ICJ and try to reach to a conclusion.
What would be your comment towards what the lady said a while ago, that the people from Orange Walk they go to the border and then just stir in that border business, they could stir problems and then they come back to Orange Walk and left free in the hot water. How you comment on that?
Well, Delon, like I said, I just put on the television because I put it on the first time, but you had something, I think it went on so something was wrong with the station. And then I just put it just now and I saw you all. I don't know what the lady said.
She said that the people in from Orange Walk, they come at the border, they marker there, and they know the tension hot, but that what she's saying that could stir mischief and problem, and when they leave from there and come back home, that they who have to live at the border and traverse every day, so they live in that they stay in the hot water.
Exactly.
Because they're not sitting as Orange Walk, they're not sitting as Belizean, right?
Man, you go away there for cause trouble, man. You got it for storage. One incident, Delon, one incident could make this whole thing turn nasty, man.
Yeah, man.
You go there and for chance, the Guatemala soldiers come and arrest them and something happen, somebody gets shot, somebody.
Hello.
We lost that call.
Very interesting call, Emmanuel. I don't know how you say that one there. But we were talking about, he was saying something at the beginning about give peace a chance. What we'll do, we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back with our final segment. We want to hear a little bit about this heated convention that is coming up. We're not hear about Uno Saldivas and Uno Fabas. We're not hearing nothing from you all.
The Faberistas and the Saldivaristas.
Quietistas, man. We'll be right back.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Baby Pampers. Baby Pampers. In all sizes. Baby Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
My name is Ken.
Sherry Burgess from New York.
Well, I believe we have come a long way.
The development it's really great. The roads are much nicer. She sounds so nice now.
More commercial buildings, more businesses.
It is nothing like Belize that I see today. I'm happy with Belize's progress, and I hope they continue to do it. As a young nation, I think we're growing, and what the government is doing so far is very good for the country.
Dean Barrow is the man, and he came in and do a whole lot, changed this whole country around, and
he's doing an excellent job. They're catching up.
I think that Belize have arrived finally.
Everything has changed and developed so beautifully.
We're proud to be Belizean, proud to be Belizean.
Hello?
Did you send the credit yet?
Sorry, Venus. I forgot. I said if you were ready, though. Did we get a credit?
That'd be quick.
Unless you have powers like Farron here, you can use Digicel Send Me Credit service to instantly send credit to anyone just by dialing *77 followed by the # or *798 followed by the #. Then the number you want to send credit to. Finally, add the cash amount and click Send. Always more with Digicel.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Bossa. They see you and how you're living. Always a star, yes. You live in color to the limit. Large and in charge, yes. That's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
In the past year, Digicel has gotten thousands of new customers. They're DigiFans. Want to know why? Because they get more love with more text, more talk, more data, more free everything, including more promotion.
I'm a DigiFan.
I'm a DigiFan.
I'm a DigiFan.
Because I get more.
Because I get more.
Because I get more.
Digicel, always giving you more.
Bullies! Check out our brand new website, www.digicel.bz. Get live chat help on any device, the latest in 4G phones, and see what's up with all our awesome Digicel promotions. Log on today.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Our lines are open at 302-2170, but at this point, Emmanuel, we know we have a special convention coming up.
Oh, exactly so.
On the 29th, no?
29th.
29th of May.
Which is really 3 weeks, and that will be 21, 21, 5 days, no?
Yeah. Before we go into this convention discussion, I just want to raise something very important that somebody sent a text, no? They said, "Good morning. Please tell Mr. Emmanuel." I'm just messing with you. He said, "Mr. Dillon, la que van a botes solo van a tomar y los que manejan bien borrachos regresan y pasan duro en las aldeas." That is very important for us to mention. They go drink up the botes. And when they come back, then they fly through their village like Santa Cruz, San Antonio, Yo Creek. Then they fly through their village and they're crazy and a good road. And yeah, you have to be careful. Because the botes now a spot where, hey, long time no gone there. But everybody got a botes, boy. Oh, you got a botes. You know, a long time you know gone there, boy. But
Dillon,
but some
Dillon, that
people-
was only a couple months ago that you were there.
long time that, man.
Long time that.
For last year,
Good Lord. I think that was the first time I ever went, and that's because I went with you guys.
how long that?
That's only like maybe 3 months ago.
No man, more longer that, man. Where you live, sir? But anyway,
3 months ago.
we have people who come from
And believe me, I don't want to go back.
Belize, Stan Creek, Scotia, and they just go sit down at the riverside and pump the beer. Nothing wrong if you want to enjoy yourself, you know. But drivers, please be careful while coming back.
And I gathered that yesterday a lot of people went
Well, I hear right now.
Sightseeing in Orange Walk. I mean, places like the dam in Blue Creek and places like Union were.
Right now, I know both this at the spot, the Union. They got excursion when they go to Union people from our district come in and they 60 passenger, 30 passenger bus. You can't Union the hot number right now. You know, and the highway getting there so fast.
Yes.
Look here, Petro Caribe, roll to Union and boat.
No, actually, Union is by Blue Creek.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, but you know, I mean, free to roam. You know, once you get permission, we go cross, you go. But if you drive, just be careful on how much you don't want to drink and drive, because these people are saying that the fly through the villages too fast, and it's Sunday evening. Imagine the kids and they play football in the yard, and you know, hey, the residential area, we don't want to think about it. All right, just watch it about. Convention. Give me an update, man. You see on the Facebook page, the campaign hard on Facebook page. So spell you see, Patrick they pose up with some people, then you see John they pose up with the same people. Why look here? I read one this man who said the people of Toledo South, the West or
Toledo West.
South or West of PG, they turned to John Saldívar. But last week, I mean, this is something with someone for Patrick. Boy, the campaign had him on there.
There are some people who are completely convinced that Patrick Faber is going to win.
And some completely convinced that.
And in much the same way, some people are completely convinced that John Saldívar is going to win. Yeah. And when you have that kind of scenario, believe me, any number could play.
Any number could play with you. But last week when we asked the Deputy Prime Minister, you know, his support for John Saldívar, he said yes. He said, I've lived with both of them for the last 8, going to 10 years. Every Tuesday we see each other. We do business, the government business together. We live like brothers. And it came right back to what I was saying at the get-go. You know each other. So his belief is that Patrick is the better man to unite the party.
Patrick?
Not Patrick, sorry, John is a better man to unite the party, bring people together, and lead. That's because he knows both of them. You know, which questions a lot of how you want to vote for you, because you see, nowadays, not like back in the days when they used to go control the delegates them. Back in the days, you pick your 15 and you tell them, listen, when the election, you carry the paper and say, see, and you put your X. Now it's different now. Nobody know who they vote for. So I'm saying that it's not easy for one leader or a division control a whole 15. You know, there must be one or two loose flock out of the sheep, out of the herd, no? But people vote who they want now. But again, if your leader they vote one way, then you have all right to question why your leader they vote that way and why you should vote that way. If your leader they vote that way. But me want to hear more from the delegates. Me they asked for that when I came back, what 3 weeks now? And the delegates they quiet, man. I want to hear.
Well, because I think that they hold that
I
as.
want to hear, man. I'm afraid to talk. Let's take this call. Sugar City man and show hello.
Bye, man. Brother.
Where you go, Akas?
Like, good conversation. Good conversation.
Talk to me, Kas. This thing is hot to know, Kas.
Good morning to you, sir. And and if anybody was to call, I thought it was going to be you who would call.
But anyway, with the situation, check the pictures closely, Papa. But you know, we as from the South is voting as a black. We don't make no doubt about that. The South is voting as a black. Yes, we do have some people who are voting other ways, and we're not the best today for that.
Then it's not as a black.
It's not as a black. If because Papa no vote the black.
No. That's what I said.
So you can't say we vote as a black. You have to say we vote how we feel.
Yes,
and if you tell me the majority and the majority they feel that I then vote my way along with my candidate, then I can understand that.
Yes,
but no, I don't allow you to tell me we vote as a black when we see different.
That's corrected.
All right.
That's corrected. Okay. But majority of us is voting for Patrick Faber. Majority of us are voting that way. Yours truly and most all the councillors that Angrega, including the mayor, and along with the councillors of PG and the mayor.
Well, they committed to vote for Patrick.
Well,
When they poll and different thing,
That signed, sealed, and delivered on our side here. That's how it
when they reach in and the line, a different thing, cause.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it, and why, and I'm glad that you bring that up, because one of the things then is that we have established is that base. We have established a base with Minister Faber based on the fact that he has made us feel a part of this unity within the party.
But I tell you something, one thing I could tell a boy Patrick our love for the people of the South.
Well, that's right, that's how I tell you.
So what happened to the rest of the country?
No, the rest of the country, you do have the love for the entire country.
We know the feel I love the orange.
Hold on.
Why?
I think it's a very good thing.
We know the feel I love the orange drop, boy, because this new school they have for registration will never feel at all.
But listen to me, Delon. You have to understand that between 2012 and 2015...
Make myself clear that I can't vote for none of them, I don't tell you whether I'm delegate or not, delegate.
I understand, but I just want to make you know why maybe he has established that one. You have to understand that between 2012 and 2015, we have no representatives except for the by-election when we happened in July 8th here at Angrega. But prior to that, there was no representative. You know, the whole South made down blue.
Yeah.
And what happened, you had people who really never see me as part of the party. But Patrick never let us go. He continued to visit. He continued to make us feel that we are part of this bigger family, you know. And based on that, because you said the thing about
but same way we could say that when the economy shift, all right. Because let us be real. While you never have a representative, the reason why Papa Mania won because he never left his people.
Right. Say again.
The reason why Papa won. Papa Mania, because he never abandoned his people. He stayed working and working and working and working. And when the trumpet may blow, he was ready.
I could agree with that.
All right, so again, stand corrected. I can't allow you to say that you all were abandoned and only Patrick Garong and come on.
No. I never say it was only Patrick. You know, I just say that he was one of the persons who.
Because you put me in a position, you put me in a spot to make it look like I don't want Patrick win, and I tell you I can't vote.
I want to make it abundantly clear.
No, put me in a position, you know, Mr. Cass.
He was one of the ministers that stood up in support of Dangrega. Let us see that the only minister.
But that's true. The man really fight for Dangrega, and that is good. The man fight for Dangrega.
And be real, when we had the by-election, the man walked in at the PUP stronghold and turned that area to us.
Man, I could say the same for Gaspar Vega. We knew that one time they may have the by-election, Gaspar launched himself out there. I think you know that immediately they literally camp out there for 2-3 weeks before the election.
We are.
Right?
Everybody put in a poem, you know.
The man, they may even want PUB, want beat up the man election day, all of that.
I realize that.
You know, this is how we bring the fight to the table, you know, cause.
But at the end of the day, that's why I not single out only. That's why I not only single out the minister. I said he was one of the. He is one of the. Remember the word, you know, he's one of the person who stood out for us, including with the.
Philosopher, my brother, I was sharp with you, you know, cause you don't know PUP, but you got the lyrics and the Musa's words. You're sharp, boy.
I have to make sure that, you know, this thing plays out the way it's supposed to play out. But at the end of the day, Delon, God, nice. This discussion is great. And
no, man, because we have to. We can't afraid to talk about this, you know, cause.
Mr. Castillo, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Mr. Man.
Do you think that the status quo is going to change within 3 weeks as we draw closer to the election day?
Yeah,
do you think that?
Good question.
Do you think that there are going to be other forces that are going to make people change their
Can I add
minds?
something to that, Cass? Let me add something to that, Cass. Let me add something to that. Let me add something to that.
Good question.
Let me add something to that question, then you can answer. Remember, the hierarchies of the party, like the Prime Minister, he not show his hand yet. And normally when the Prime Minister say, then everybody say, sir.
Well, remember though, Delon. Remember what
Answer the question now, when Mr. Martinez.
Yes, exactly. Remember, I want to answer your one before I go to Mr. Martinez. So because of two good questions that you all asked. One, the most important and the blessing that we have in our party now
is the Prime Minister.
That we are not being dictated to. We have been asked, if anything. When the Prime Minister comes, he asks us. He not dictate to it.
He not like the PUP thing.
One of the things, and I have to say this based on my own experience. Remember, the Prime Minister did ask me about giving Gaspar the vote last election. And I said to the PM, well, I have already committed to the Minister Father. And the Prime Minister looked at me and said, boy, well, I respect that. And so he wasn't the kind of man who said, well, if you don't do it, what happened is I have to give the Prime Minister kudos because he is not a dictator.
But then,
making your decision.
But then remember, Cass, it will boil right down to what we are saying. If you're Prime Minister, let's say you're one of the voters, Emmanuel, that you're not sure who you want to support. And then your Prime Minister come out and say, I am supporting candidate A or B. Then you want to say, well, if my PM the support now, he have to have a reason why, which explains the reason why Gaspar said, I've been living with both of them, you could say for the last 8 to 10 years. We see each other on every Tuesday. So I believe that I know both of them even more than some of the delegates. And I believe that that's what Gaspar was saying, that John is the man who can pull this thing forward. I mean, likewise, you will say that, like you said before, Patrick got your back, so you loyal to Patrick.
No. I have to say, I don't want single out. This one I want singular issue. This one plural. This is a collective issue. This one about me and that Patrick got my back. I have to say it categorically. That the Minister of Education has the South and he is looking out for the entire South.
Dangriga.
We have representatives.
Yes, look out for Dangriga.
He look out for the entire country, but just that when we never have representatives, remember that was the time when, you the Jung did, and the time when you the Jung did, and somebody can give you the hand for rescue you. That's the first you look for the boy.
Why, but Kasa could remember the Prime Minister always look upon Dangriga and they give Dangriga a lot of blessing, you know.
And that's why I said that he is one of the persons who supported the cause for the South.
Let us not stray away from the question that Emmanuel asked you. The question was do you see any changes in the weeks ahead to come? No, Emmanuel?
Will people be more open with what they, or will you think there's going to be a change in the balance of?
Mr. Martinez, from what my experience in party politics is, you don't take nothing for granted. Election, you win election on the election day. You don't take nothing for granted. I would be so very inexperienced to tell you, oh no, this lacks and delivered. I would be a fool to tell you that, because politics have the changes on a day-to-day basis. Every second counts.
So there will be changes.
Yes, exactly. So I remember the 2015 last election. I remember so many people who have up the PUP flag, and by the time the day before election, they pull on the PUP flag and hide up the UDP flag, and they say, wow. And I turned into Wicaco and said, what happened? They said, boy, it's a big game. So anything happened in the election time, before election, and there is still a long way ahead. It's just that we need to stay focused, we need to stay what we need to do, and stay there. No,
and we need to realize that at the end of the day, with a one party,
of course.
I hope that when time somebody win and somebody lose, we not get the other way.
Individual changes. Now, I could tell you personally, for me, no, that changes cannot happen at this time, except if the good Lord take me away and an alternate come in, and that would have made a change in my absence. But in terms of the bigger picture, no, I would have be very immature if I tell you that it's all locked, seal, and delivered.
Right. All right, Caswell, we'll keep an eye on it for the next couple of weeks, for the next couple of days, because I want to hear more people like you, you know, because somebody just sent me a text and they say, would they listen to you for Hopkins? Boy, I really have to go down, because I really have to go down and go see you and spend a couple of days, you know.
That must be correct because he meet at the funeral Friday. And me and Max talk and the man said, boy, you know, we had a nice discussion. And,
man. But again, because, like I say, things could change, you know. So,
yes, exactly.
Because last week we made see one lot of PG people they talk for Patrick, now we see they talk for John. So stay safe, guys, all right?
Same, my brother.
All right.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's what's up. But again, man, very good question because people, like we say, it's not where back in the time when they control the delegates. You know?
Exactly. And I think that there is going to be that change.
Because again, you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, or last week ago, you mentioned that some sentiments from people you spoke to is that, you know, Patrick, all right, but young. And they feel like this another time. To that extent, you
yes.
Which could be what, dangerous.
And in much the same manner, I spoke to people who vehemently said, no, I think that Patrick is the correct person. You know? Yeah. By the end of the day, I think gone are the days, and I think it should be, when the representative would dictate to you how to vote. I'm not telling you that it's not happening, but I'm hoping that it's happening less and less and less.
If you have a good era rep to your people, then you need have to dictate to them. They will tell you that then they follow you. Come hell, high water, right?
Yes.
Come hell, high water. Emmanuel, it's 9 minutes after 9 o'clock. Before we go, I just want to give a little plug-in for the five-a-side competition that was held in Benque Viejo, Del Carmen on Saturday night. I think we got some pictures from the little football game. We say we're listening from City River too. Good morning, City River. Thanks for locking in. And can we get some of the pictures from the game so I could read the little results of the five-a-side tournament that happened here on it opened on Saturday night. And the Saturday night, let me just read it then. It says Saturday night, the Belmopan Lucky Strikers defeated the Western Jaguars 5-1 with goals from Rodaria Cal, 3 goals, and Kim Perez, 2 goals for Belmopan, and Amy Morales, 1 goal for Western Jaguars. Game 2 had Melchor Minions versus Soccer Queen, which went down a 1-0 ball game. Goal by Yeslin, 1 goal for Minions. Third game, Girls United FC defeated Melchor Eagles 2-1 with Marielle Gonzalez scoring 2 goals for Girls United FC, and Eris Torres only scored 1 goal. Then Sunday, 1st of May 26, a five-a-side open soccer tournament started at Beacol Court at George Price Boulevard with a massive turnout for Juventud Benqueño, 18 versus 18 and 11. Melchor Crackers FC, Leobardo Mendes Jr., Nahib Guerra, Jamil Canio, and Yusef Guerra, and Elroy for Juventud Benqueña. Displayed a real Belizean talent. 2 games, Belmopan Toro Boys come out victorious 8-2 versus Belmopan Santa Fe Football Club. So that's the result there from Kyle coming in for you. We'll try updating every week on that for the other games. We have text here. It says Pomona. Yeah, this is from Pomona. He said, good morning to the people of Dangriga, and we hope they vote right. Would you listen for City River? And I also want to say good morning to Ivana, who won the competition and the
Stop right there. Where exactly City River? Is it south of Dangriga?
City River, a song we done by going to Dangriga. He said, when you come to Dangriga, please bring Mr. Martinez.
Sure, man.
Ivana, we want to say, Ivana, congratulations to Ivana. Ivana won the first place in in the competition for the poetry. And let me just get that right. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Ivana. I call her Ivana Trump, but she's Ivana Blanco. Beautiful little girl, you know. I call her Ivana Trump. I told her.
God forbid you call my family Ivana Trump.
Congrats, Ivana, on winning her poetry contest for the Cancer Week. Congratulations to you, all the very best. Stay smart, stay focused. With that, Emmanuel, tomorrow we will definitely talk a little bit more about the convention.
Yes, we certainly
will.
will.
Working very hard on getting the candidates to be on the show before the convention date. It's kind of hard because.
And I think that's going to be, if it happens, that's going to be two. Those are going to be two very good shows, obviously. Yeah. Because you know. So. But tomorrow we have we'll continue with that discussion, and then tomorrow we also have representatives from the Belize Tourist Board, Mr. Miguel Martinez, from what I gather. I'm sorry, talking about the taste of Belize. Now, this Taste of Belize is really a competition that's going to happen here in Orange Walk, right here at the Muffles College Auditorium.
I participated in one of that years ago in Belize City. I was a judge. Actually.
Oh, you were a judge, obviously.
Yes, tasting the foods.
And were you? Did you enjoy that?
Very much. So
very much.
I did enjoy that. We had the opportunity to taste foods from all over the country. Dangriga, Corozal. At that time, Nahil Mayab won the competition. And Dangriga came in second. Let's see who's on the line. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Why you not speak Spanish or pure English? Todo el sur de Rizzo puro español hablan.
Sí, señor. Vamos a dedicar un show solo para ustedes estos 2 días.
Yo estoy UDP, pero así no me gusta.
Oh, sí, gracias.
Uno puro español hablan ahí, man.
Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Tienes un punto válido.
Okay,
tienes
gracias.
Un punto válido. Hay que torcerle la lengua a este individuo para que hable más.
Amigo,
o nos vamos a traer al gerente aquí para que nos platique.
Mi español no es mucho bueno como su español.
Su español.
Entre nosotros dos tratamos de poner el frente el idioma español.
Ajá. Él lo machuca y lo mastica, pero.
Correcto. But I was saying, it's time to get out of here.
It's time to get out of here.
Antes que alguien más le llama, regaña a nosotros por hablar español.
Sí.
Yo me voy y Manuel queda. ¿Está bien?
No, eso es injusto.
Bueno, for Morris to come on camera, Raheem Wagner on control, our director, Mr. Robert Checky Usher, it's 9:15. We got to get out of here. Emmanuel,
certainly
pleasure
good.
Discussing with you this morning.
Absolutely, same here. Believe me, it's always a pleasure being here with you guys.
Stay safe, Belize, Dangriga, Hopkins, City River, Benque. You see how far we reach? Orange Walk.
Corozal, Pachacán, donde sea que nos estén viendo.
God bless you. We love you, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Se cuidan mucho.
Bye bye.